Good evening and welcome to NewsBreak Live. I'm Hiba Samad. It's Tuesday, December 3rd. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. Air quality officials are asking the community to take steps to minimize air pollution. The South Coast Air Quality Management District issued a residential no-burn day alert through midnight tonight in multiple areas, including Los Angeles County. Burning wood during this time indoors or outdoors is prohibited during the ban. This includes burning wood as well as manufactured fire logs. The alert keeps the air cleaner and minimizes health effects. Particles in wood smoke can cause respiratory problems. South Coast AQMD's Check Before You Burn program is in effect from November through the end of February. You can sign up to receive an email with alerts by going to airalerts.org. Santa Claus is making stops across the South Bay before heading back to the North Pole. Through December 22nd, you may spot him in your neighborhood as he passes through for a meet and greet. The Torrance Police Officers Association brought the Santa float to the city in 1969, and it goes out for 22 days straight. It travels a new path every evening. Tonight, at 5 p.m., it will be in the area of Del Amo to Carson to Crenshaw to Western, and tomorrow Santa will travel to Sepulveda Boulevard to 239th Street, Crenshaw to Arlington. Nearly 30,000 candy canes are purchased to pass out to families throughout the city. It's completely sponsored and paid for by the association and its members. Despite being remodeled and vandalized over the years, the most recent repairs have been installations of new seats, seat belts, brakes, and truck repairs. To support the association and check out Santa's schedule, head to torrancepoa.com. Crews continue to work on the downtown pedestrian improvement project, causing some traffic impacts. Cravens Avenue from Ingracia Avenue to Torrance Boulevard was closed from 7 a.m. this morning to 4:30 p.m. Lanes in both directions were shut down. The alleys in between Ingracia Avenue and Torrance Boulevard were also closed at Cravens Avenue. Now, if you plan to take a right turn to access southbound Cravens Avenue from Torrance Boulevard, you'll have to take another route. The same closures will continue through this Friday. City officials are urging drivers to avoid the area. The alleys will remain accessible from Arlington and Ingracia Avenues during this time. The project will offer a more attractive pedestrian environment along Cravens Avenue from Carson Street to Torrance Boulevard. Few of the improvements include new LED streetlights, landscaping, and ADA-compliant sidewalks. The closures will happen if weather permits. City officials have closed down local park fields due to the recent downpour. The closures will continue throughout this week as more rain is expected to start tomorrow. Staff evaluated each field at Columbia, Wilson, McMaster, and El Nido Park and decided to close the fields until further notice. There is signage now posted, and staff have contacted all permitted user groups and canceled their permits along with reservations. Now, staff say any use of these fields during these conditions can cause damage to the turf, causing them to be unsafe for use in the future. Now, to use a field for sports use, it must be booked through the city at torranceca.gov. It feels a lot like Christmas at one local hospital, and starting today, you can enjoy those festivities. This 30,000 square foot white tent is bringing the magic of the holiday season to the South Bay. Torrance Memorial Medical Center's 36th annual holiday festival and winter wonderland kicked off today. Once you take a step inside, you'll be surrounded by 36 themed and decorated Christmas trees, a holiday shopping boutique, and food with live music. Few of the highlights of the trees include the Lion King featuring ornaments custom designed for this event, Moose on the Loose featuring an extra large stuffed moose hugging a tree, and a very Pink Panther Christmas. Thanks to Santa's 60 helpers, more than 3,000 hours of work throughout the year brought this event to life.
Well, I think the Christmas trees really separate holiday festival from any other event that goes on. Each tree is uniquely designed. We have 32 individual designers and decorators who put on these beautiful trees, and I think they really are the centerpiece of the event.
There are some special events throughout the week, such as a fashion show, special hours for seniors to visit for free. Then local first responders will make a stop this Saturday for children to check out, as Torrance Fire and police will be collecting unwrapped new toys for their Toys for Tots drive. Then Lunch with Santa is this Sunday, but there are reservations that you need to get. The funds raised during this time will benefit the Donald and Priscilla Hunt Cancer Institute. The festival runs through this Sunday and admission is $5. Children ages 5 and under are free. To get the full schedule, head to torrancememorial.org/holiday festival. They hope to raise $2 million this year. If you're already shopping for a fresh new Christmas tree, there are diverse options you can pick from right here in Torrance. Despite Christmas tree shortages reported across the United States, local tree lots in Torrance are selling trees quickly. The Wise Men's Club is hosting its annual Christmas tree lot that opened this weekend on the corner of Del Amo Boulevard and Madrona Avenue. They have already sold 315 of 700 trees this past weekend and have another shipment coming in tomorrow night with 700 more. They have fresh cut noble firs and cultured Douglas firs.
Trees look pretty good this year. They went up a little bit. We didn't go up very much. I guess some tree farms went up quite a bit, but we try to make it fair. But all our money goes out. I mean, my pay is nothing. Nobody here gets paid. We give a lot to the Y. We give 8 $500 scholarships to the area schools. We even give some money to the Sioux YMCA in South Dakota because they're trying to build a Y. So all our money goes out.
Seiler says when purchasing a tree, look for green ones with strong needles. The Y has annually received their trees from Oregon. The lot is supported by volunteers from the Torrance Wise Men's Club, Wise Women's Club Las Hermanas, and YMCA staff. Proceeds from sales will be donated to the organizations. Delivery, flocking, and flame retarding will also be available. Tree lot hours are Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then Sunday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Officials say Christmas trees take 6 to 12 years to mature. There's also another tree lot not too far at the Del Amo Fashion Center. Speaking of getting into the holiday spirit, there's one place in Torrance where it already feels like Christmas. Candy Cane Lane is now lit with the most spectacular display of Christmas lights, also known as Sleepy Hollow. Seaside Rancho's residents elaborately decorate their homes every year, bringing a light show people and drones come out to see. Located on Roberts Road off Pacific Coast Highway, the lights are on display from 6 to 10 p.m. every night, starting this week until the evening of New Year's Day. The annual tradition is not a city event, but due to the large crowds growing every year, city staff have implemented new health and safety measures approved by City Council. There'll be an additional 20 trash bins to look out for to properly throw away your trash. There'll be temporary no stopping signs along the streets. You're not allowed to stop or park where these signs are posted. While you can drive through, it's also recommended to park your car in proper parking spots and walk. To get more information, go to torranceca.gov. The Torrance Rosefoot Association is looking for volunteers to help kick off decorating their 2020 Torrance Rose Float. The next decorating day is this Saturday, and staff says these are the most crucial days as it keeps decorating progress on track. You don't need to be a Torrance Rosefoot Association member to participate in dry decorating days, and transportation is provided. Decorating shifts are on December 26th, 29th, and 30th for members only, and shifts are assigned on a first-come, first-served basis. The Torrance Rose Float is called this year Our Garden of Hope and Dreams, that is inspired by the Pine Wind Gardens at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. To be part of the fun, head to torrancerosefloat.org. We'll have full coverage of all the events up to Parade Day. Now let's get to the weather. Today it was cloudy with a high of 64 degrees and tonight a low of 55 degrees. Then you can expect rain to start early tomorrow morning with 63 degrees and a low of 54. Then the cold weather will continue through the end of the week. If you've started to do that post Thanksgiving shopping, don't forget this week you can still catch those great deals locally. Now through December 7th, 30 businesses, including retailers and restaurants here in Torrance, are offering deals. It's in honor of Shop Local Small Business Week to urge customers to give back to the local economy. In 2010, American Express founded Small Business Saturday, and the city of Torrance annually expands the day to the week. Few of the businesses on the list are Momo Paradise, Elephant Bar, Southwood Pharmacy, and Paul's Photo. The Del Amo Fashion Center is open later to accommodate your holiday shopping. Starting this week, Friday mall hours will be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Then from next week, hours will be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. through the 13th. Then from December 16th through the 19th, from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. End of December hours at the mall will open at 8 a.m. and close at midnight. Make sure to check out the new stores that are opening up just in time for the season. For mall hours, go to itsimon.com. Well, here's some upcoming events. You have a chance to meet good old St. Nick at BRIO Coastal Bar and Kitchen tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Reservation is required. He will be at the restaurant and there will be a professional photographer on site. Then tomorrow, the Torrance Unified School District is hosting its second vaping town hall from 6 to 8 p.m. at North High School Performing Arts Center. The featured speaker is professional surfer Alex Gray. Then the Senior Christmas Holiday Luncheon takes place this Friday at the Ken Miller Recreation Center. Tickets are now available through this Thursday for $15 at the Bartlett Senior Center in downtown Torrance. Well, in just 2 minutes, Dr. Benjamin Johns, the artistic director from the Torrance Civic Chorale, talks about their holiday show coming that you won't want to miss.
You can't sit here.
Don't add her to the chain.
It was just a joke.
We're not friends.
Why are you talking to me?
He started it.
She's so gross.
Lame.
Loser.
Weirdo.
I've said and done things before that I'm not proud of.
Just as I've been hurt by others.
The thing is, this is not who I am. And it's definitely not who I want to be.
I don't want to be cruel.
I don't want to spread gossip.
I don't want to be a body shamer.
I don't want to exclude anyone.
I don't want to make anyone feel lonely.
Left out, hurt.
We have the power to be more.
We can create a kinder world.
It's not that hard.
We just need to stop.
Take a moment
And consider others.
before we speak.
And before we act.
Be more.
Be more.
Be more.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live. Joining me is Artistic Director of the Torrance Civic Chorale, Dr. Benjamin Johns, who will talk about their holiday show coming up in just a few weeks. Welcome to NewsBreak Live.
Thanks for having me.
And it is the holiday season, and one of the big shows is coming up for the Torrance Civic Chorale. So tell me all about it.
Yeah, the show is, it's called A Joyful Sound. And the concept behind it is to draw from a bunch of different traditions along the Americas. So we're pulling a little bit from Canada and a little bit from Mexico and other places in South America, in addition to what we hear in the United States traditionally at this time of year. So that also includes other traditions, not just Christmas music. And it's fun. It's designed to have a sing-along component to it, very family friendly. If you would just have to, if you have a burning desire to sing along some of your favorites, it's the perfect place to go have fun.
So what can people expect? The show is December 13th and 14th at the James Armstrong Theater, right around the corner, and it takes place at 8 p.m.
Yes. There's going to be about 80 or so singers on the stage, and there's going to be lots of, we're going to sing sets of music that have to do with dancing this time of year, and also having to do with bells, and also having to do with the word Alleluia, which is a very joyful sound. And like I said, there's a sing-along portion to it. There's a choose-your-own-adventure component. So in the program, we've printed words to a lot of favorites of different traditions, and if you recognize one of those songs and you really want to sing it, you'll have an opportunity to voice your opinion, and we all get to sing it together.
And you were telling me it's not a show that's just 30 minutes, it's actually quite a long show. So tell me a little bit about how you decide what songs will be performed and how you'll get everyone into the holiday spirit.
Right. It's probably the toughest part of the job, is choosing good music that you feel like people will enjoy listening to, that you feel like people will enjoy singing, and that I will enjoy conducting, because I stand up in front of this group and wave my arms around, and then I also get to talk about a lot of the things. So a lot of what I choose, I have a historical interest in. For example, there's a piece of music called Xicochi Xicochi Conetzintle, and it is in the Aztec language Nahuatl, probably one of the first Christmas carols written on American soil. So it's from the probably the 17th century, so it's pretty old. But it's such a gorgeous piece of music. It's very sweet. It's a lullaby. Even though it's in a weird, to us, not many people speak Nahuatl these days, so I feel like it's important for us to share and to bring that music to life again.
Tickets are on sale right now for $25, and speaking about the diverse music that will be performed that night, all of the members of the Torrance Civic Chorale are all different ages and come from all different backgrounds. So tell me, what does it take to put on such a big show?
Yeah, we meet once a week. We started rehearsing in early September, and so that's about 2.5 months or so of rehearsals once a week, and then we have one weekend where we all get together for a long day and work some more on the music. And like you said, the age ranges are quite broad, from 18 to 80, I want to say, and the backgrounds also vary. You get some people in the group who have sung their entire lives. Some people, this is the first time they've ever sung in public, and the goal is to engage the community and do music that is diverse and fun and engaging.
So I'm guessing this is one of the first shows that you are directing for the Torrance Civic Chorale, because you're brand new to the family. So tell me, how did you become part of the Torrance Civic Chorale, and what made you want to be part of it?
Yeah, so I'm auditioning people at any time, any moment. The group is open. It's wide open to whoever really wants to be in it. All you have to do, send me an email. There's a website, the torrancecivicchorale.org. My bio is on there. The group bio is on there. You can read about the kinds of things that we do. If you're at all interested, I highly encourage you to contact me, and we'll figure out a time to meet, and I'll have you sing and get to know you a little bit about what your background is, and let you know what to expect in the group.
And I know we're going to talk a little bit more about the history and what the Torrance Civic Chorale offers to many people, but tell me a little bit about your background. You've performed all over the world and have quite a resume, so tell me about that.
Right. Yeah, that's a broad, it's a lot of stuff to talk about. I grew up in Sacramento doing a lot of musical theater. I did professional musical theater at a very young age, and then went to UC Irvine down here in Southern California and got degrees in chemistry and dance and music. And I was really a dancer early on, professional dancer, danced for the Anaheim Ballet for a time, and did lots of musical theater dancing, and sort of got a late start really singing professionally. Right out of college, I got hired by the professional all-male vocal ensemble called Chanticleer, and they tour the world, and so that's where I got to really sing on some of the best stages the world can offer to classical music. And yeah, I continued to work for them as their education director, and I started a lot of really fun, engaging community programs for them. I've given probably over 500 workshops, choral workshops to groups, and so I knew that this was something that I really wanted to do.
And now you're helping people here in the South Bay also pursue a career in singing. So talk to me about how unique the Torrance Civic Chorale is.
Yeah, I would say it's unique in its size. There are lots of singers, 80 to 100 typically, and a broad variety of backgrounds, variety of experiences with singing and with music. Some people come to the chorale having played an instrument their entire lives and never really sang before. Other folks have sung in choirs most of their lives, but in smaller groups or in a children's choir or what have you. But we do fun music. I try to pick music that is historically interesting and has something to offer culturally. We are in fact part of the Cultural Services Division of the city, and I feel like that's not on accident. We like to do things that are culturally relevant and help to include as many people as we can.
So how can someone join the Torrance Civic Chorale and be part of these wonderful shows? I believe you put on 2 big shows throughout the year, am I right?
That's right. Yeah, the first thing I would say is come to one of our concerts and see what it is that you could be doing. And then contact me. We'll set up a time to do an interview / audition, and then you sign up online. It's a class. It's offered as a class through the city of Torrance, and then you show up to rehearsals every Monday night.
So what do you look for when someone's auditioning? Tell me about, because I know all of these performers have full-time jobs, most of them. So how do you gauge if they're a good fit for the chorale? Right.
The first question I ask is what brings you here? What interests you about the chorale? What makes you think that that this would be a good fit for you? What is it that you're looking for? And I make sure that their answer lines up with what we have to offer. And the next thing I'm interested in is what kind of background they've had. It doesn't matter whether they've learned how to read music, for example. That's a very scary thing for a lot of people, myself included, and I've done it for more than 20 years. But the whole point is we want to have fun. And I like to offer tools. Like reading music is one of them, but there are work things that we have to get out of the way every week so that we can all have fun in the end and have a good product at the end of the day.
You did mention that the Torrance Civic Chorale is with the city of Torrance. If someone would like to donate or support, how can they do that?
Yes, I would say the best way is to check out the Civic Chorale's website. There's a little button there on the page that you can click to help donate. And that money goes to helping hire other musicians to join us. A lot of times the chorale will hire an orchestra, a small orchestra, to sing with us, and it helps us to buy music and help people who maybe can't afford to buy their own folders or their own concert attire, like this red shirt that I'm wearing. So it really kind of helps to support what it is that we do, and live music and good cultural events.
Speaking of live music, you and the chorale will be performing tonight at Torrance City Council, so that's very exciting to kick off the holiday season. Where else will you be performing coming up?
Yeah, this is a great busy week for us. Tomorrow, in addition to tonight and singing for the City Council, like you said, tomorrow we'll sing for the Women's Club of Torrance in a private concert for them that will last about 30 minutes. And this weekend, on Saturday, in fact, we'll be singing at the Torrance Memorial at that holiday festival, noon to 1 p.m. And like you said, we also have our concerts next weekend. Those are on Friday and Saturday, the 13th and the 14th.
And of course, people can buy tickets right now. Is there anything else you'd like to add about a joyful sound that will be performed in the coming weeks on December 13th and 14th, at 8 p.m. at the James Armstrong Theater? Why should people come out?
Yeah, it's going to be super fun, engaging. There's no stress. You're not going to be hauled up on the stage by yourself and asked to sing in front of everybody. It's just a good feeling kind of program, and it helps to support a lot of people in this community.
Well, Dr. Johns, thank you so much for your time and welcome to the City of Torrance.
Thank you.
Well, that does it for NEWSBREAK Live, and we have the information of the concert, on the screen. The Torrance Civic Chorale will perform their next show, A Joyful Sound, on December 13th and 14th, just like I mentioned, at 8 p.m. at the James Armstrong Theater. You can buy tickets online or at the box office. Now, if you have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. Also, if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it all on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. Torrance City Council is back on the dais. Have a great night.